The book, The Second Chance, created by Professor Maloka, is a critical book for all government people to look and to reflect on. It's analyzing correctly the state, the people's power within the state, and the importance of ensuring that the refoundation of South Africa is happening, and that can only happen through a spiritual journey in the context of moral regeneration, but also in the context of a proper assessment of where South Africa in the next 20 years will be.
You were saying that perhaps maybe it's time that a conversation of this nature whereby you are saying, let's retrace the steps that we're taking.
And this is where we reflect on the need for this particular work. And just the title, South Africa's Second Chance. This is a moment of reflection.
There are also other chapters where he captures the role of the ANC, but picks up on the role of individual leaders of the ANC and defines what each leader has done.
Corruption crept in, and so we left the people behind. The second chance of this country is based on these basic things, how we need to change them.
You are welcome. We are really to help our South African friends and partners to develop.
And the point I made is that the part of the problem in the ANC, you know, we started this thing of the branches in the ANC. It was introduced by Dr. Truman in the 1940s. And the branches are supposed to play a particular role, but they become a power base of factions, and people in branches, they belong to factions. So, and you are giving them the responsibility to choose leaders. And what they do is that they among themselves. Well, in my private life, I belong to a branch of the ANC. I see what happens.
We need to press the reset button, and it speaks about that. As a leader of the ANC, I can relate because we've had a thorough discussion in 2012 about the second phase, the need for a second phase of the transition. That's remained a discussion. There has been some progress being made, but I think the kind of critical ideas that the book puts forward presents somewhat of a recipe or a roadmap towards really achieving that second phase of the transition.
I obviously bought the book because I'm supporting my brother, but also for my mom, so that she can also reflect on it. But as an activist myself, I think it's something that is very relevant to assist change our society.
I haven't read the book, but I'm looking forward to be able to pick up what is so different from what others have said before. But what I'm picking up in terms of what Eddy is doing is challenging the status quo and challenging the role players to think differently and to act differently.
Because it looks at, the structural problems that our country faces, and especially the issue of servant leadership. Now, servant leadership is something that we talk about, but we don't promote it.